to a play school and then you finish your college by 22, and all the learning is done, everything is done, and then you go into a job and that's it. But I think the whole purpose of this is that learning doesn't stop. Is that this may be a formal way of learning that you spend so much time in a college or university in a very structured mode and then complete a program, the standardize the whole program with a degree certificates that we all have, or a certification that most of them would get, is basically to ensure that there is a standardized process to the whole thing. But once you get into a job in professional life, most of them think that, okay, I learned all this stuff, but one of the things that I try to practice is that spend at least 1 hour asking yourself, what are the problems you're solving on a daily basis, and try to improve on your skills on a regular basis. I think that is one thing which will help you improve on your. Otherwise, what happens is any repetitive jobs is going to be taken over by machines, because unless you are in the forefront of change, and you need to exhibit that change effectively. I think that's one thing which you need. So that's the reason why learning is a continuous process. It is not like plug and play. Okay, I finished my engineering, or I finished my MBA, I'm getting a job. No. So a lot of people talk about unconscious learning, right? So I learn from Mr. Kuti or Swamiji, when every time I meet, you're saying something, and that's all. That's very unconsciously we are picking up a lot of stuff. We pick up a lot of stuff from our parents, elders, friends. So that's unconsciously you're picking up, but consciously you need to strive to work on things and keep improving. Like how you spend time going and exercising for 1 hour. You go to a doctor, he says 30 minutes every day, go for a walk or run, jog. So that's basically. So can you internalize learning every day for 1 hour? So I think that's one thing that I would recommend everybody does, because it's not a it's a journey. Learning is a journey. It is not a destination anymore. Being aware and learning at every single move is the most important for you to be successful. Two, I would think is that you can never do it alone. Is that I always the analogy is I'm a sportsman, so it's like playing a game. So you need to take everybody along, and as you move forward, is that it becomes a pyramid, and the captain cannot do everything. You need to have, even in cricket, you need to have the 11 players playing, or a football. You need all the 11 players contributing. Otherwise, you're going to bomb. So same thing is with organization. Same thing is with your team. So I think that's for the other success that I think I have, apart from the continuous learning, that being a subject matter specialist, that as you're passing out on a subject, one of the core that I look for in candidates is surely the attitude that you have towards working, because I think it's not about getting the job, but it's about attitude. And in today's time, right, means there's nothing called an SOP, like standard operating job that you have. Means how well are you taking new initiatives and driving that which is not asked for. Means I don't ask for something, but the person says that I think I want to do this, and this will help the organization in ABC way. I think those are things that most managers look for, is that does the person have an attitude to go beyond his call of duty? is that coming in? Means today we call them volunteers or whatever. Means why shouldn't, even in your own university and college, there are so many volunteers, right? Means you have who come work
Yeah.
outside of their uh, school time or college time, and they're spending a lot of personal time doing volunteering. So I think that is, call of duty. I look for people who have those type of skills, who have gone out of their way, who's going, because that same attitude of that person can be put into an organization, and that person will do similar stuff within an organization, on his job, for the team around, for the organization. So that's what I would think, is that I'm not talking about the subject matter at all. You need to
Absolutely.
surely be good in your subject, and for you to get your job. But beyond that, these are nicer things that most managers look for, because again, I'm just telling about certification. If everybody is certified in a particular way, and there is a clear standard, how would you, means we are not machines, right? You pick up something from your shelf. We are human beings. So what is it that the manager looks for, are these small things. When there's so much of trust and integrity around this whole stuff, when a problem solving statement is given to you, you tend to take on that ownership. I think the core is taking on that ownership, and not uh, you know saying that it's not my job, or it's not my, it's not in most of the professional roles that I have played, nobody has told me that this is the way you should do it. You have to work from 9 to so it's always a flexible. It's about delivery of outcomes. One single important thing that I would say is that look for a mentor when you get into an organization. So I think a lot of people have this to go and ask for help, right? Because it's a not an easy thing to do, because I'm going to a new job, I've got an increase in salary, I've done all this stuff, the job is going to, but look for a mentor who will guide you, who will support you, who will be with you during the first 3 months of your journey, because that's the most critical period that you're going through. Uh, Express your concerns, express your, because you come from it's like marriage, right? You go from one home to another home, and how do you adjust? It's not easy. The thing is that you surely need to have a mentor who will tell you that, these are things that this organization does well, these are things that this organization does not do well. This is the reason why you have come to this organization, how you can improve. Is So what happens is then that becomes a bonding factor with a person to build on it. So if you are trying to be a very siloed person, saying that, oh, I need to do everything, it's impossible. It's like playing a game of football, right? It means impossible for you to go, put the goal every time. You need to, it's a team game. So it's very similar to that. So even in an organization, when you get in, look for a mentor. Once you are out in the open, it's a wild world, and you need to prove yourself. And like I always say, that none of us human beings are machines, and we just say that, okay, I have a Java certificate, I have a database certificate. That you have 156,000 people having Java certificates only in Coimbatore. so so it's that type of stuff. Means whom would you pick? So that becomes so I think those are the values which you need to pick beyond your you know educational qualification that you would take.